Good morning, welcome to Optimal Frequency. I'm deep into the mystery Curse of the Mummies here, but I wanted to document it this time. I'm a third of the way doing the editing process, getting up the narration done. I got to put some pictures in, some music, all that stuff. I'm going to be a few more hours before I actually hit the sink and ask the questions of this particular mystery. So I want to let you guys know, spirits, that I'm going to come to the sink later in a few hours and I'm going to ask you all kinds of questions about Egypt and the mysteries of Egypt. Tutankhamun's tomb, the Curse of the Mummies, what other pyramids, slave labor. Tea time and question time. Bowl. Get her nice and chunky. Good afternoon, spirits. How are you? I asked earlier if you could join me to answer some questions about the mysteries of Egypt. I specifically wanted to know if Edgar Cayce could join us as well. Alright, I'm going to start asking these questions. When I ask for Mr. Cayce, if he wants to, he can jump in. The Giza Pyramid Complex, also called the Giza Necropolis, is the site on the Giza Plateau in Greater Cairo, Egypt, that includes the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Pyramid of Khafre, and the Pyramid of Menkaure, along with their associated pyramid complexes and the Great Sphinx of Giza. All were built during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom of Ancient Egypt. The site also includes several cemeteries and the remains of a workers' village. The Great Pyramid of Giza, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu or the Pyramid of Cheops, is the oldest and largest of the pyramids in the Giza Pyramid Complex. Egyptologists conclude that the pyramid was built as a tomb for the 4th dynasty Egyptian pharaoh Khufu and estimate that it took around 27 years to build, being completed circa 2560 BC. Were the pyramids really constructed as burial chambers for pharaohs? Do they have an alternate secret reason for being there? Do they hide treasure? Is there an alien connection to the pyramids? Are the pyramids some kind of landing device for alien craft? Why were the dimensions laid out so specifically for those pyramids and the way that they're aligned on the earth? Was that for a specific reason, or is that just coincidence? The Great Sphinx of Giza is a limestone statue of a reclining sphinx, a mythical creature. Facing directly from west to east, it stands on the Giza Plateau on the west bank of the Nile in Giza, Egypt. The face of the sphinx is generally believed to represent the pharaoh Khafre. The famous clairvoyant Edgar Cayce, who died in 1945, saw that refugees from the lost city of Atlantis buried their secrets in a hall of records under the Sphinx, and that the hall would be discovered before the end of the 20th century.
Why was the Sphinx created? Is it possible to talk to Edgar Cayce? Mr. Cayce, why do you think you possess the gifts that you did while you were here on Earth? Do you and I share the same gifts? Is our purpose the same? Were you right about the Hall of Records under the Sphinx? Is there anything else we need to know about that Sphinx? Do you have a message you want to pass on to us, Mr. Cayce?
Okay, so I want to show you guys this because this is just too weird, right? So I hear the message from him. It says you have to connect with somebody there. Lisa Lauterbach. Lisa. Don't know nothing about that name. Don't know. Doesn't mean a thing to me. So I wanted to Google it. I just typed in Edgar Cayce, Lisa. I see her name there. So I click on her name. This takes you to the edgarcayce.org page, okay? I mean, I couldn't write this shit. If I wanted to fake it, which I'm not, how would I even get that spirit to say her name? You know what I mean? Or that voice to say her name. I don't even know anything about this. I don't even know who this is, but something to do with Edgar Cayce. This woman's name is here. She's on this page. It says, Lisa came into this lifetime with vivid memories of some of her past lives. She has always known that she was meant to help, guide, and heal others, so that she got a degree in psychology and a master's in social work. However, it was during a mystery illness years ago that her intuitive abilities spontaneously began to unfold. Since then, Lisa has accepted her path and looks forward to connecting with you. Oh my God, did that message say I had to connect with someone? I'm not contacting her. I'm just throwing this up there. That is just too much of a coincidence. Okay? That voice, that spirit. Edgar Cayce said her name. The Curse of the Pharaohs, or the Mummy's Curse, is a curse alleged to be cast upon anyone who disturbs the mummy of an ancient Egyptian, especially a pharaoh. This curse, which does not differentiate between thieves and archaeologists, is claimed to cause bad luck, illness, or death. Since the mid-20th century, many authors and documentaries have argued that the curse is real, in the sense of having scientifically explicable causes such as bacteria or radiation. The belief in a curse was brought to many people's attention due to the deaths of a few members of Howard Carter's team and other prominent visitors to Tutankhamun's tomb shortly thereafter. Carter's team opened the tomb of Tutankhamun in 1923, launching the modern era of Egyptology. The first of the mysterious deaths was that of Lord Carnarvon. He had been bitten by a mosquito and later slashed the bite accidentally while shaving. It became infected, and that resulted in blood poisoning. 2 weeks before Carnarvon died, Marie Corelli wrote an imaginative letter that was published in the New York World magazine, in which she quoted an obscure book that confidently asserted that dire punishment would follow any intrusion into a sealed tomb. A media frenzy followed, with reports that a curse had been found in the king's tomb, though this was untrue. The superstitious Benito Mussolini, who had once accepted an Egyptian mummy as a gift, ordered its immediate removal from his plaza. Other popular deaths attributed to Tutankhamun's curse include George J. Gould, a visitor to the tomb, who died in the French Riviera on 16 May 1923 after he developed a fever following his visit. A.C. Mace, a member of Carter's excavation team, died in 1928 from arsenic poisoning. Richard Betheli, Carter's secretary, died on 15 November 1929, died in bed in a Mayfair club, the victim of a suspected smothering. And Howard Carter, who opened the tomb on 16 February 1923 and died well over a decade later on the 2nd of March 1939. However, some have still attributed his death to the curse. Okay, I'm back at the sink. I'm going to ask some of these questions again the last batch because it's not very clear. I don't know if the connection was no good.
Did Lord Carnarvon die because of the curse? Random that he got blood poison, it was going to happen. Did the other members of the Carter expedition die because of the curse? Or again, was it just normal happenstance? You said they will find something, but I couldn't make out what it was. What will they discover? All right, thank you for coming through. Hopefully we got some answers this time. Love, peace, joy, and adventure to you.